Welcome to Bodies, Blunts, and Books. I'm Em, and this is Tay, and we're two longtime friends who love thriller novels, questionable characters, stoner tangents, and a twist we didn't see coming. And today, we're throwing that all out the window for something new.
Today we're discussing the unrated version of the movie Pillion. We'll give a quick recap of the movie and then get into the juicy details. So grab your bud, a snacky, and something to sip on because it's time to light up.
Hey, Tay! How you been? Any updates?
Hey. Great. Cough right away. I've been good. I've been, this past week, obsessively making, little beaded keychains and lizard guys for my roller derby team. We're going to sell them. So I've been watching a lot of television for once, so I feel like we have a lot to talk about television-wise.
That's so cool. I love your beaded things. You made me a gecko once, and I still have it on my keychain.
Oh, nice. Okay, I think I also made you a possum, perhaps.
Oh, maybe it's a possum.
Yeah.
But it's green, so I thought it was a gecko.
Well, I also made a lighter today, and I have a pattern for a bong. I just don't have enough clear beads, and I'm a freak, and I'm like, they have to be clear beads, because it kind of doesn't really read like a bong, so I have to make it as realistic as possible.
I understand.
But yeah, once I get some more clear beads, I am going to make bongs and lighters for the friends. I also have a pattern for a pack of cigs, and some cigs themselves.
That's
so I
funny.
figure
I feel like the cigs will sell well. You should sell those for the derby.
We try to keep things family friendly so people can bring their kids. So that's why our league doesn't have funny names. Like somebody in Denver was named Glitterous, which is great. Or like Boobzooka. Oh my God. I hope this isn't locating me in the country, but I heard of a Boobzooka once, which is probably my all-time favorite derby name. Side note, I wish I had come up with the name Dirty Shirley sooner. But I know my derby
it's not too late to switch.
I know, but it takes so long to get to learn a new name for yourself. And then all my gear and stuff has my original derby name. So it would just be a lot of work, I fear.
Yeah, it's like how neither of us changed our names after we got married.
Exactly. It's so much work and
lazy.
Why? Having a derby name is part of it. And I'm sometimes a little bummed, but that mine's not as exciting. But I don't really care because it's fun. It's fun to have a persona. I love thinking of derby names, and I wish I had thought of Dirty Shirley. I think Dirty Shirley's fun.
I like yours too, though.
Yeah, mine's fun too. Wow, what the hell? What were we talking about originally?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we're going to get to TV. Do you want to talk about anything before we dive into TV? Because that conversation
Yeah, the only thing I was going to talk about was I started the How to Train Your Dragon book series and just the audiobooks, and they're so cute. They're 3 to 4 hours each, just short, and narrated by David Tennant, which is fun. He's great.
Oh, he is great.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say. I only saw the first movie when I was a kid, and then I don't think I've seen any other ones, and I've finished the first 4 books now, so I'm excited to watch the movies.
Yeah, the movies will be fun. I think I've seen all of them, but probably only once or twice, so that sounds fun. Is the primary, what's the demographic for the book, do you think?
They're for kids, but they're a little more, well, it's hard to say because I don't really remember the movie. People do die sometimes and stuff, though.
Okay. Is it kind of maybe like a Harry Potter level?
Yeah.
That's fun. I'm not judging. I was just curious because I think it'd be fun to listen to them as well.
Yeah, they're definitely not literary masterpieces or anything, but they're just kind of fun little quick listens.
Yeah, I had a coworker who she loved the Wild Robot Kids series because she read it to her son. And I was like, that would be pretty fun. The Wild Robot seems pretty cute, but I think that's younger than Harry Potter, though. So it'd be weird to be like, yeah, I'm going to read that. But if you want to, do you? Who cares?
Yeah. Whatever sparks joy. I like Hiccup's full name is Hiccup Horrendous. And I always think that's funny every time.
Another good derby name, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I know. That's all I really had. So go on, sorry.
Oh, well, I've been rewatching Broad City and the episode with Bingo Bronson, the stuffed animal, where Abby gets her wisdom teeth out and she hallucinates him.
Oh, yeah.
I also think Bingo Bronson would be a funny derby name.
Or Kirk Steele.
Oh my god, yes. Kirk Steele. What is it? I love that you remember the whole thing.
I think it's Kirk Steele, a man on a mission, a cum mission.
Yes.
But the C, it's like blurred out, so I don't know if it was cum or cock.
Oh wait, I took a picture of it. Hold on. I love searching my iPhone for words because it can.
Oh, I know. That's so nice.
So I just search Kirk Steele and it'll come up. Okay, yeah, it is. The website's called Porn Pantry now, and it's Kirk Steele, man on a mission, a cum mission.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So good. Wow. There's like little tabs at the top with other porn sites, and one of them is killingmesoftly.com. Lotsofholes.com. Pubetubes.com. This is good. I fucking love Broad City, dude. It's so funny.
It's so funny. I mean, you're making me want to rewatch it.
I know. I'm kind of spreading the word of everybody should rewatch it. It's just funny. I love Two Women. It passes the Bechdel test. Two Women Best Friends where it passes the Bechdel test.
And they're just so stupid.
They're just so dumb. It's hilarious.
I love a comedy that's just kind of about nothing.
Yeah. It's just two friends in New York City. It's just so funny. It's been really fun to rewatch it, especially now that I'm older. It's funny to watch it with a different perspective.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, listen, we don't need to keep rebooting shows, but I would, even just like a 1 or 2 eps of Broad City reboot would be kind of fun.
Some kind of reunion. Yeah, I would watch. I'm here.
And related, I also was watching Pen 15, rewatching while doing all my beating. I rewatched all of season 1 on Thursday night, which I don't do that anymore, so that was crazy.
I know you've been watching so much TV, and I'm over here just like jizzing my jeans like, yes, Tay's watching TV again. I have someone to talk to about all my shows.
My shows. Your shows are honestly impressive to me as someone who can't finish anything. I admire it.
I just have all my shows. I watch a lot of watch a lot of stuff while I'm working. So I have all my 90 Day Fiance and Below Deck and a few others.
Oh, so true. Below Deck. Oh, I gotta watch the new season. Little Women of New York was the real winner this week, though. I finished that all season 1 of Little Women of New York.
Yes.
And speaking of reality TV, it is so perfect to half listen to. Like you've said, they repeat so much and
okay,
recap.
So from our last episode, listeners may remember, we've been watching the little singles. So I told Tay, I was like, one of these little singles is from the Little Women of New York, JJ. So thank God Tay's watching Little Women New York, even though it's like 10 years old. I started rewatching it too, but I think you're further than me.
Oh, I finished it today.
Oh, you did? Season 2?
Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. I didn't finish season 2 yet, but season 1. Yes.
I'm at the part where they're at the cabin.
Oh, messy.
I know. Can you tell me, let's talk about Little Women New York just briefly. Who do you like?
Jordana / JJ, of course. We love her. We stan her. She's a queen.
I think I like her better in Little Singles, I will say. In Little Women New York, she gets in people's business too much. She tells people what to do. And I feel like I was like that when I was in my mid-20s, and now I'm in my mid-30s, and I say, I don't need to tell people what to do.
Right. Like, she full-on yells at JJ, or just Jay. Jason? Jason, yeah.
Why is he on the Little Women of New York?
Why? And also, he's messy too, though.
It would be one thing to be like, okay, we have a gay on the Little Women of New York, but he actively doesn't want to come out, which is fine, I guess. But then I don't think you get to be on the Little Women of New York if you're trying to.
I thought I was crazy, but I was like, has he ever actually publicly come out? Like, I was no. Did I assume this
not
whole
during
show?
The show? I don't know if he did after.
I think there was one mention. Maybe.
He gets mad whenever someone brings it up. He's like, don't assume my sexuality. But then whenever he talks about potential partners, he uses they, them.
There was one time where he used him, though. And I was like, If one time at I think it was maybe episode 10. He was like,
I'll keep my ears open.
Something about I'll wait for him or something like that. And I was like, record scratch, okay. He finally said it. But I swear it was just like the once.
It's unfortunate when everyone watching is like, damn, you gay.
I know, and I feel so bad, but I'm like, he'll get there when he gets there, but girl.
We all see it, baby.
We know what's going on.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But
I love
we
her.
all see it.
Oh, yeah, we all see it. I like Jason. What? Yeah, Jason. I have brain damage, Em. I think it's because there's, in Little Singles, there's John, JJ's also Jordana.
Mm-hmm.
There's so
JJ
many
and Jordana
J's.
are the same person.
Yes. But I'm just like,
yes.
So many
Jasmine.
J names flying around. But yeah, he, what was I? Oh, when he wanted to move out and she called him a coward and he was like, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
You're just scared. Okay, girl, you need to sit back. Like, he can't afford it. It's New York City.
No, I know. That's what I was kind of saying. Like, she just kind of, I was like that when I was in my 20s too. Like, I gave my unsolicited opinion freely. But now that I'm older and wiser, I know.
Freely and aggressively.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Me too.
Sure. Of course, I think we both hate Dawn.
She's just a fucking crotchety bitch. Sorry.
Like, I want to feel bad for her. I do feel bad for her because it's so clearly self-hate. Like, she just doesn't like herself, so she's nasty to everyone else. But I feel bad, but at the same time, like, you can't treat people like that.
No. She, like, when Jasmine did the burlesque show and afterwards, like, not only was she not supportive, but she, like, afterwards was like, I thought it was a joke. This is ridiculous. Like, that would be devastating for a friend to tell you. Like, girl. Like,
no, I know. Like, I would cut someone out of my life for treating me like that.
For sure. It was crazy. And Jasmine is just so sweet. She never deserves it.
And then with the drama where Lila's sponsor, I can't remember, the one from LA, Christy?
Oh, yeah.
Is that her name?
I think so. Or Elena.
No, this isn't Elena yet.
Christy
not the
just
Russian? Comes out. Yeah, the Russian doesn't come in for this part.
The friend who did the intervention. I was like, the Russian lady is her sponsor? No, clearly not.
No. Christy.
Yes, okay.
Christy comes out and does the intervention and talks to Dawn and Jasmine. And then, I don't know, Dawn's just on her high horse about how Jasmine wasn't honest about Lila's drinking. It's like, who cares? You're just mad at Jasmine. You're just looking for any excuse to be mad at Jasmine. And I also thought it was just fucked up that Dawn and Jasmine promised Lila they wouldn't drink in front of her. And then Dawn immediately is just like, let me get the wine.
Well, and then she was like, I never said I wouldn't drink if we were like in a group setting. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Sure. Uh-huh.
And Jasmine was the one actually not drinking, right?
Yeah, Jasmine wasn't going to drink because she told Lila she wouldn't. And maybe it's just me because I don't drink that much, but if someone is newly she's not exactly newly sober, but she just got back into sobriety, like after...
or struggling even. Like,
yeah, she's struggling, exactly. Like, it's not that hard for me to just say, like, we'll just not drink in front of you. Like, that's fine.
We can drink soda or water or not alcohol.
Right.
Yeah,
but
so I think...
maybe that's just me because I don't drink much, but I would need to excuse myself outside to maybe have a little smoke. But that shouldn't bother anybody. I can keep it hidden.
Exactly. I think Dawn also threw Jasmine under the bus in that way to kind of like take the blame off her because I think she was realizing like, I did tell... She was probably like, oops, I've been caught in a lie. So I'm just going to drag Jasmine into this to like
and she's
take
just
the heat
still
off.
Mad at Jasmine for wanting to be a performer.
Just crazy. Anytime I thought she would do something slightly redeeming, she was just awful. Like when Kristen threw the drink at her, because granted, Kristen and Misty were like, oh, your party was in a shitty part of town. Okay, grow up. But Dawn being like, well, maybe if you had gone to college and got a degree, and then Kristen threw her drink at Dawn, and I said, wild. But Dawn deserved it.
Dawn deserved it. I kind of like Misty. She's only 22 in this first season. So I keep reminding myself, like, she is just a baby. Because, like, Missy is 22, and then Kristen, her roommate, is 37.
Yeah, that's
But
such
they're
a
all
big difference.
BFFs. Like that's a huge
It's
difference.
so funny. I was tracking how they all knew each other for a second, and then I was like, how do they all know each other? But I forgot. It's crazy.
I think they initially meet at like the Little People of America, the LPA
Oh, just
conventions.
like in Little Singles.
Yeah, like I think that's just kind of like where they all meet up
Yeah, that
yearly.
makes sense.
Because I'm sure, no pun intended, it's a small community.
I'm sure it is. For sure.
Okay, well, I like Little Women New York. I'm so glad you're watching it because I watched it like 10 years ago when it was on TV and I just liked it. I think it was on Lifetime. I used to be a Lifetime girly.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have anything else about Little Singles? We kind of went into it so much already. I'm still just
No.
fuck Steph, fuck Sammy.
Yeah, I don't think on the newest ep that people defended Krista enough. I still don't really see what she did wrong, but
I saw people on Reddit saying that JJ is fake because she didn't defend Krista enough and she didn't say anything to Steph when she was calling Krista a bitch. And I was like, okay, but Steph was in the middle of like a crash out. There's no point in stopping someone in the middle of their crash out to be like, actually, she's not the one in the wrong. Like, I'm sure that JJ knows that Krista isn't in the wrong. She didn't do anything, but
mhm,
it's not helpful to like Steph's crash out right then to say it.
true.
I don't think that makes her fake. I think that she's just trying to like bring the situation back down to a normal level.
Yeah, she's trying not to escalate.
JJ haters can suck my dick because I love her.
I love her.
Tay and I want to go see the what were they called?
Micro Maidens.
The Micro Maidens. Yeah, JJ's
Burlesque.
burlesque troupe. Sounds fun.
It would be fun. The dates and whatever don't line up, but maybe we can work something out for
I
2027.
know it's like all over the Pacific Northwest and then I don't know. Just
The
kind of
coasts, basically.
yeah, the coast.
Rip.
Nowhere near us.
Yeah. Typical.
Let's sigh.
Lisai.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah, it's been kind of a slow week for me. Let's get into Pillion. So first, I need to apologize because I did not read the book. I did say no promises, so don't sue me. But this ep/recap will just be based on the movie. And basically Pillion is the story of a man losing himself in a relationship with a lot of gay BDSM in the mix.
I kind of thought this movie is what reading literary fiction feels like, but I'm like, yeah, it's literally based on a book, so I forgot. But I bet the book's good.
Yeah, the book takes place in the 70s. So I'm sure
Oh,
they changed a lot.
that
But
kind of stresses me out
I
because
know.
the dynamics would be wildly different in the 70s in that there would be so much more like persecution and
Uh-huh.
like ignorance and bigotry. Not saying there's not today, but it's just wildly different.
Yeah, totally. I thought your comment, this is what reading literary fiction feels like, was funny. That made me laugh.
Oh, good. I do love some literary fiction and this film. Okay, so Pillion takes place in England, and the movie had a very small cast. We have Colin as our main character. He's an early 30s meter maid who seems to lack direction in life. He is played by Harry Melling, aka Dudley Dursley, or as M's husband kept referring to him as Dudders. And then Ray is the main love interest. He's a handsome older man who has decided to take Colin as his new submissive. He is played by Alexander Skarsgård, whomst we love.
Whomst we love. Yeah, I thought that was funny. My husband kept referring to him as Dudders, and
Dudders.
I couldn't stop after that.
I like
Okay,
it.
so we also have Colin's parents. Their names are Pete and Peggy. And Peggy has cancer and eventually passes away in the film. And then Pete is a little bit of a bumbling buffoon, but he does try his best to be a good dad. And then we have a lot of gay bikers. Most of them did not get names, but The only speaking roles really were Steve and Kevin. And Steve was the disabled Dom guy who walked with a cane most of the time. And then Kevin was his submissive with I think he had blue hair.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about the casting, Tay?
I liked it. I thought it was great. I know it's kind of a simple answer. I think, what's his name? Yeah, Harry Melling. I think he did a great job at being, like,
I
new to all
agree.
this.
So I didn't know, I guess, before watching this, I kind of assumed that Alexander Skarsgård was like the main character. And obviously I'm here for anything with Alexander Skarsgård. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
been wanting that since True Blood days. So
Same.
I was like, Dutters as the love interest? Like, I don't know about that. But I
I know I
thought
was,
he did great. Like, I don't know. That's all I had to say. Good.
yeah,
Loved it.
especially the scene, we'll get to it in a minute, but like his kind of crash out once his mom passes away, I thought he acted out so well.
Yeah, yes. I thought he did a really good job. That's such a like boring opinion, but I don't
Well,
know. I loved it.
good job. We liked it. We're simple gals.
Is that actor gay? I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't know.
I probably meant to look that up. I feel like I open Google all the time and then I'm like, what am I doing? I forgot.
Google says Harry Melling has not publicly identified as gay or bisexual.
Okay,
I
King.
didn't think so. But yeah, no, I thought he played the character so well.
I saw a very interesting clip on social media where someone was asking Stellan Skarsgård, who, if you don't know, is Alexander Skarsgård's dad.
Uh-huh.
They were asking him what he thought. They asked some silly question about what he thought about Alexander Skarsgård being in like a gay BDSM movie, and he was like, I mean, he's an actor, so I only really care about his acting. Basically, like, I want him to do a good job as an actor, more or less was his answer. And then my spouse pointed out, like, it's just crazy if someone would ask that because Alexander Skarsgård has played, like, so many characters, one of them in True Blood being a vampire who, like, literally tortures people and is, like, a bastard. And Ben was like, but nobody would ask, like, how Stellan Skarsgård feels about his son playing a murderer or a torturer or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I just thought that was kind of sweet that his answer was, like, basically, like, why would I care?
Yeah, that's so Scandinavian of him.
So true. Okay. So we jump right into the movie with Colin's a cappella group performing at a biker bar. I also learned how to spell the word a cappella today. I did not today, but in watching this movie, I did not know it was a space capella like that. So I
I
was like,
did know
okay.
that, but every time I had to type it, I was like, a cappella.
We were learning new things. Colin sticks around afterwards to meet a guy his mom has set him up with, but things don't go anywhere with him. Colin is about to order at the bar when Ray walks up and cuts him off. Ray throws his money down and looks at Colin, non-verbally telling him to count it out. Colin obeys, and approvingly, Ray slips Colin a note to meet up.
Despite it being Christmas Day, Colin shows up and ends up giving Ray the old no recip. Longtime fans of the pod will know that just means you give someone head for nothing in return. In a back alley, Colin pursues Ray hard, and eventually Ray sets up a date, which ends up being Colin cooking dinner for Ray and then sleeping on the floor in his room. The next morning, we are treated to a wrestling scene, and despite the less than desirable sexual performance from Colin, Ray ends up telling Colin to come back that night. Side note, the wrestling scene was everything. Like, Dutter's cheeks jiggling. I didn't know I was going to be, like, horned for him. I was shocked.
Yeah, I was keeping notes on my phone, and my note was the wrestling scene was amazing cinema. I really enjoyed it. Like, I told Ben I was moved. Did you think the
Oh.
wrestling scene was absolute cinema?
Yes, of course. I watched this movie twice, actually. I just watched it normally, like with my spouse. And then I just rewatched it while I was working on these podcast notes. So the first time I was kind of confused because I thought, you know how after they're done wrestling and then Ray comes back with like the lube and he starts fucking Colin and it only lasts for like a minute and then they kind of stop. The first time I watched that, I thought Colin like came and then they were done because it was like too much. But then on my second watch through, I realized like I think Colin was just making noises like I'm not okay.
Oh, yeah. I was kind of wondering about that too. I wasn't sure the reason.
Yeah, it just
It's very
kind of confused
abrupt.
me as it was happening. But yeah, the second watch through, it was clear to me that they just had to stop because going straight into rough anal is crazy.
I was like, oh, wow.
When he was like, get a butt plug, you're too tight. I was like, well, okay, thank God.
That as just like a command after giving like a grocery list is especially funny.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to say that another important note I left was I loved Alexander Skarsgård's slutty little glasses, and he's just really hot.
The slutty little glasses were so hot. Like, they're so grandpa-ish, but it worked for him.
It worked. I just love. There's always good pictures of like Hudson Williams in the slutty little glasses. I just love it.
I saw someone talking about how Pedro Pascal, Alexander Skarsgård, Hudson Williams, and Connor Story need to do something together. And I said, yes.
Yes. Yes.
That is correct. Moving on, let's go back to the recap, I suppose.
So from there, Colin and Ray's relationship is solidified, and soon Colin starts shaving his head because that's what Ray prefers, and he starts wearing a large chain and lock, while Ray wears the key to signify their roles. Colin's parents start to worry for their son, especially after he interrupts their birthday celebration for him to answer Ray's call.
Later that night of Colin's birthday, Colin tries to ask Ray if he will meet his parents, and Ray refuses, telling Colin he shouldn't expect a birthday gift.
Yeah, I think this was the scene where Ray is playing the piano and Colin's just standing there, right? Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is
because sad because he's like, no, don't ask.
And then, so like, I thought the juxtaposition between Colin wearing that huge chain and lock around his neck, but I noticed he was still wearing his birthday boy sticker. Like the juxtaposition of those two things was kind of crazy. And then I also noticed that, so like Colin is in the a cappella group and then Ray's playing the piano and he won't even let Colin like hum along to it. And so I was like, it's kind of sad that he's a singer, but Ray is almost literally silencing him. And I also like part of this note was like, I understand it's their dynamic and stuff, but I think the issue is more so like they never talked about it and like they didn't really establish boundaries or anything that much. So it's just kind of like the power imbalance is really noticeable.
Yeah, I think it perfectly demonstrates how Colin is like losing himself.
Yeah, he's really locked into this relationship. Yeah, that was good.
So they go to bed upset, and Colin is later woken up by motorcycles revving outside, and Ray surprises him with a camping trip full of skinny dipping in the lake, grilling, and getting bent over a picnic table.
Dude, yeah. That was wild. Just when the shot pans out to just all the subs
at the picnic table bent over.
I was like, this is
because the shot started with all of the doms just sitting around at a table, like chilling, maybe playing cards or something, and then Steve gets up and you see him like use his cane to walk over, and then pan to all the subs bent over the tables that Colin and Steve had, or not Steve, Colin and Kevin had just carried.
Oh yeah, they had to lug
where they had
in.
that little conversation about Kevin was just kind of asking him about his relationship.
Yeah. This is also where you see the pierced dick. Wow.
I did not like the pierced dick. As we've learned about me, I am not a fan.
Is that a Prince Albert, the way he had it pierced? Okay.
Yes.
I said, oh.
Do you think that was, I mean, I have to assume it was a prosthetic.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they also show it in the first scene when they hook up in the alley. Just the side, just the shaft.
Oh, do you see the piercing in that scene?
No, just the shaft.
Okay,
not
so
the
then
head.
he had gotten it pierced and Colin didn't know that, it seemed like. Did he?
No. In the alley, we only see, like, he just pulls it out and we just see the shaft kind of like being pulled out.
Okay.
Yes, so it was probably pierced then, but we don't see the piercing until the picnic table scene.
Okay, that makes sense then. I also thought there was like the interesting, to say the least, dynamic where Ray gets sucked off by Kevin right in front of Colin. And Colin, again, nothing had really been established. So, like, I'm sure he wouldn't have minded that.
I didn't like that part.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. They hadn't really, I don't know anything about this lifestyle either, I must also admit. So, clearly I think of it from someone who would never be in this type of situation anyway. It doesn't appeal to me personally, but I understand everyone's different. So, I can't think about it the same way someone would who is into it. So that's just my own like perspective.
Yeah. Well, I have a note later where we're going to talk about all the ways this is not ethical.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Once they're back home, we see that Ray has agreed to meet Colin's parents and the dinner goes poorly. Peggy questions their relationship, saying her son deserves better and calls Ray a creep. The dinner ends with everyone leaving the table upset, and then the next scene is Peggy's funeral. And so this is the part where I was like, I understand his parents and their apprehension because, like, they aren't in on the dynamic. They're not, like, understanding the situation, so all they're seeing is, like, their sweet and kind son being taken advantage of. And I'm a little like, how would you even explain that to your parents? That would be a wild, like, a hard topic to bring up, I feel, to try and explain it.
Definitely.
So,
but I think Ray handled it poorly. Like, instead of Peggy says, like, I'm worried about this, and then Ray's like, well, it's not for you to worry about just because you're, and then I felt like Ray was almost saying, like, you're narrow-minded about, like, or he was almost trying to call Peggy homophobic, I felt like. Like, he was trying to say she was narrow-minded and, like, bigoted or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't think that was it at all. Like,
no.
I think the BDSM relationship can happen, but I think Ray was also abusive.
For sure. Like, if you're gonna agree to finally do it, like, it's fine if that was his boundary or whatever, but then, which again, why didn't you talk about boundaries in the beginning? But anyway, it's fine, like, if that's your boundary, you don't want to meet the parents, but also, why would you finally agree to it just to be an asshole the whole time? Like, come on.
I know, I kind of wish we had gotten a little more context to why he changed his mind.
Yeah, because then he was just such a dick the whole time. And I was like, Peggy just wants to see her son loved. Aw.
And then she just dies right after.
Yeah. So she doesn't ever get to see it.
I know.
Sad.
Yeah. So the next scene is Peggy's funeral. Colin holds it together for the funeral, but once he's back at Ray's house, cooking, he starts to lose it. Ray actually tries to take care of Colin and orders pizza for them and then lets Colin sleep in the bed. Colin tells Ray he loves him, and Ray says, that's not what this is. That's not the point of this. To which Colin responds, isn't love the whole point of everything?
Ugh. Colin.
I know.
The next day, Colin tells Ray that he would like to sleep in his bed more often, maybe even have a day off once a week where they wake up together like a normal couple. Ray refuses, and Colin then tries to provoke Ray and piss him off. Eventually, Colin rides off on Ray's motorcycle.
Colin realizes what he's done and returns, and then we cut to Ray waking him up outside of his house the next morning. Instead of being upset, Ray tells Colin they're going to have a day off and cooks breakfast for him, and then they go out and have a lovely day, culminating in the two of them play wrestling in the park, and then Ray pulls Colin in to kiss him for the first time.
After the kiss, you see Colin smiling and then a look of horror and disgust on Ray's face. Ray completely ghosts Colin, going so far as to pack up and move. We get a montage of Colin going out searching for Ray to no avail.
So time has passed, and then we're back at another a cappella gig. Colin's hair has grown out. He's working on filling out a dating profile with his new boundaries in mind. And then the last scene of the movie is Colin going up to meet with a new potential dom named Darren, and then the two of them walking off together after a positive meet. And that's that on that. So, what did you think overall?
Liked it. I thought there would be like more graphic sex scenes. I didn't think there needed to be more, so I thought the amount was fine. But I guess with how much hype there was, I thought there'd be a lot. However, the scenes we did get were probably pretty scandalous for like the general public, I'd say.
I'm totally with you. I was like expecting more, so I was like, that's it, because there were only a couple of sex scenes, and we watched the unrated version. So I'm like, what did I mean, I guess there probably just wasn't penis. There was no cock in the
maybe they didn't have a wrestling
version.
scene.
I did see something. Alexander Skarsgård, I think, was mad about. He was saying one of the scenes they cut out for the R-rated version was like integral to the plot, and he was upset that it was cut. So I don't know which one that would have been, because I kind of felt like I think there was only 3, right? Just the back alley, no recip, the wrestling, and then the picnic table.
Yeah.
I think that was it. All 3 of those felt pretty like important to the plot for me.
Yeah, I agree. And I just, I liked it.
I wanted there to be more just like hot sex though, because they were all like so awkward or like uncomfortable in some way.
That's true.
And I wanted to see more of Alexander Skarsgård's body.
Me too.
I
Less
feel like
shirts.
They put him in those like leather overall situations, and I was like, okay, I'm not mad at that, but like, take it off. Let's see the abs. Let's see the full bod.
Agreed. There wasn't enough of that.
I think we did see his ass, maybe.
Yeah, we did in the wrestling scene. Or no, he did not have
He didn't have assless
singlet.
The assless singlet was funny.
I did laugh at that when I saw it. So how did you react to Ray's ghosting?
Okay, when I was watching this the first time, I was so upset. I yelled to my husband, like, what? No, he can't do this. And then my husband, he already had moved through the stages of grief, and he was like, he ain't coming back. And I was like, no. But I kind of sat with it, and then I rewatched, and I'm still like deeply upset about all of it. But I felt like I could understand Ray's thought process a little more. Because like I said a little bit earlier, despite Ray not really being an ethical BDSM practitioner, I think Ray is very clear on what kind of dynamic he wants. Like, I'm not saying he's communicated that, but in his mind, I think he knows exactly what kind of dynamic he wants, and it does not involve romance at all. And the moment that he kissed Colin, I just feel like it gave him the ick, basically, and it just hit him that he's not into Colin anymore. Their relationship is never going to go back to what it was, and not a good reason to ghost. You should still, even if that's the case, give someone a clean break.
That's the hardest ghost ever, too. Just fully being like, I'm moving away entirely. Like, wow, okay.
I know.
You told me how you interpreted Ray's reaction to the kiss. I mean, you explained that, but I thought, like, more specifically, did you think Ray was disgusted because he also had feelings for Colin, or do you think he was like, he didn't have feelings for Colin, kissed him anyway, but then saw like Colin had feelings?
Yeah, I think it's hard to say, but my gut feeling is that he was. I mean, I don't think Ray's completely heartless. I think he was starting to develop feelings for Colin, and like kissing him and like going out and acting like boyfriends in public. Like, I just think for one day he could be okay with that, and he did want to kiss Colin because he enjoyed their time together that day. But I think, yeah, it was just kind of like the toothpaste can't go back in the tube. he was never going to be able to have that non-romantic, like, total power exchange 24/7
Yeah.
dynamic that he wants anymore.
Yeah, that's fair. I think so too, because I wasn't sure how to interpret it, but I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Ultimately, I think he has some feelings for Colin, but he doesn't want to.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was kind of what I read too. I also thought it was interesting, like, when you said, I think Ray's very clear on what kind of dynamic he wants, it was clear to Ray in his head, and I think it was very clear to us as the viewer as well, like in his head and us as the viewer. Like, I could tell this was not what he wanted, but they didn't talk about it, and so Colin, as the one involved, doesn't know. But like we as the
and
viewer
it's like
can
to
tell.
some degree Colin does know, but the way they just never had like a real conversation about it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I think that
does bring us to our next point.
That's what I was just going to say. This leads us into our next point perfectly. So I have dabbled a little bit in the BDSM world, and I really just wanted to talk about all the ways Ray was not ethical, because there are a lot of people out there who use BDSM and kink as a free pass to abuse other people, and I think Ray was doing that to an extent. So yeah, some of my biggest concerns, I guess, first and foremost, they never had a real conversation that we saw, at least, where Colin and Ray agreed on rules, talked about limits, or just even sat down as equals, like outside of the dynamic to discuss what they wanted or what their relationship was going to be. And like, yeah, you brought that up already. I just feel like that's first and foremost when you're going to be doing like BDSM kink stuff with someone, you have to have that kind of conversation.
For sure.
And I think knowing that the book this is based on took place in the 70s, I do feel like that fits in with the time period, because they
probably did not do that back then.
Right. And I mean, kink just worked a lot differently back then. There was no internet where people were learning about stuff like this. It was learned through like joining a leather club or a kink club.
Yeah.
And there was a very specific way of doing things, but I don't know. I just think like the dom has ultimate say and the sub doesn't get a chance to negotiate with that. Kind of fits more into the time period of the 70s.
That's true. I agree.
I don't want to offend anybody because I'm not an expert on BDSM in the 70s, so no one come for me.
Same. I'm not an expert on it at all, but I'm just saying.
So my
I'm
next
being
point,
open-minded.
Yes, for sure. Tay, you are one of the most open-minded people I know.
Wow, thanks. Hey man, I don't get it, but I'm also not going to yuck someone's yum. I don't want to be told what to do in that way. That would make me really pissed off, actually. But that's why I'm not into this type of thing.
I can be told what to do sometimes in the right circumstance.
Fair, but yeah, I think in this type of circumstance where like stand here quietly and do nothing, I'd be like, no. Give me my phone at least.
Okay, my next bullet point. I don't necessarily think this is I guess anyone acting unethically. It's just something to point out. The power dynamics between the two of them are already so skewed because Ray is this good-looking, like honestly, like crazy good-looking older guy, and Colin, he's cute, of course, but definitely less conventionally attractive, and then much more inexperienced and just younger.
And very awkward too. On top of that,
right?
Just kind of like socially, like did he have friends? And I mean, he has an acapella group, I guess.
Yeah. So it felt like a lot of the time Colin was just begging for the chance to be next to Ray. Like they're just on such uneven footing to begin with.
Which is why you have to have the conversation.
Right, exactly. It's like that's not something like an immediate no. Like people can have different power dynamics, but you just have to be mindful of them. And Ray absolutely was not.
Yeah, for sure.
And then kind of just tacking onto that first point, like Colin was just never given a chance to question or object to things. Anytime he asked for something, he was told no. And even Ray would he said no, and then he would like come around and still do it.
Yeah.
But
well, and even things, I don't know, like the scene at the lake with the picnic tables where it was like Ray like went up to Kevin for oral sex, and it's like, what if someone had approached Colin that way? Like, would he have had a chance to object or be like, whoa, like we never talked about someone else approaching me, or like involving other people?
The rules?
Yeah, because they never established that. So that kind of, oh gosh, I don't want to say, like, then Colin is put into a situation that could have been I mean, it already was awkward, but could have been so much worse.
For sure. Okay, my next point was the way Ray uses his attention or sex as a way to control Colin. Yeah, specifically at the lake when they're playing chicken and Colin's not doing good enough, so he like has Kevin come get on his shoulders, and then he has Kevin suck his dick right in front of Colin just to be like, hey, I'll do whatever I want, fuck you. I don't know. And it's hard because they never talked about it. Like, they're not in a monogamous relationship, so I guess it's not cheating or whatever, but you have to have these kind of conversations. Otherwise, what are the fucking rules? Yeah,
the way the rules get really blurred. Exactly. That's my thing, is like, maybe Colin could be into that, or maybe like that is people's dynamic and they're fine with it, but you have to establish that. And that wasn't in the film. And I think that was the point. It's not in the film because I think it never happened. And that's kind of like the plot point.
Of course. Yeah.
So yeah, I think I agree. That can definitely be the dynamic. Maybe the sub likes to be talked down to in that way. Cause he's literally like at one point, like, oh, quit pouting, Colin. And it's like, okay, you're just being a dick. And if they were both into that, cool. But it was never established.
It didn't seem like Colin was into it.
Yeah, and he also did seem very sad. And he was, I didn't like that.
I have taken a handful of people to the swinger club that I sometimes go to. And like the first thing when I'm talking to someone about like, okay, we're going to go, like, what are you comfortable with? Like, as far as other people? Because I'm not in a monogamous relationship with any of these hoes. Like, but I care about other people's, like, you know, making sure they're having a good time, making sure everyone's like feels safe and comfortable. If I take someone to a new environment where, like, I don't know, things that they're not necessarily used to, like people having sex out in the open are going to be happening. Like, I just ask, like, what are you comfortable with? If someone comes up and wants to join, like, how do you feel about that? You know,
right?
Like XYZ could happen. What are your thoughts? And because I don't want to make someone, like, I don't know,
uncomfortable.
You have to fucking communicate. That's all. Exactly. I guess this whole little thing could have just been summarized as that Ray did not communicate. And then the ghosting, of course, that the ultimate non-communication.
Oh, yeah. So true. He would ghost. Ultimate ghost moving away.
I was like, for like a solid hour after we finished the movie the first time, I was just like, what? How can you do so that?
True. When Colin got there and it was empty, I had the split second of denial of like,
yeah, right. Wait. I had to go through the stages of grief.
Yeah, I said this can't be happening. It felt like a little bit of a gut punch because even though they weren't in love, I weirdly was like, but Colin is kind of having fun.
They were falling in love.
Yeah,
they were on their way.
Their final date was cute when he made Colin sing in front of those ladies, and then he sang, and they were like, well, obviously Colin's better. It was cute.
That was so cute. I know.
Don't and then do they this wrestled.
Okay, and like ghosting, my take on ghosting is if you have not met the person or you've only met in person like once or twice, I think it's not that egregious to ghost because
I agree.
would it be nice to say, hey, I'm not interested, sorry, bye? Yes. But sometimes you just don't have the like emotional bandwidth for that.
Fair.
And it's like, if you haven't met them in person, you've only met once or twice, like, I don't think you owe that much to someone. But someone you've been sleeping with for, like, more than twice, I think you gotta say something.
For sure.
You could, if it's a mutual ghost, that's one thing. But if the other person is, like, reaching out, it's just polite. It's just kind. It's just human decency to say, hey, it's not for me.
I feel that way
Best
too.
of luck.
I say that as someone who hasn't been with my partner for 13 years. But yeah, I feel that way too.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't move away without telling them.
You absolutely should not just pack up and leave.
Just, okay, bye forever. So what did you think about Darren and if he is a good match for Colin?
I was hopeful. I was so happy that he met someone else. And even if it doesn't work out, like it was, the ending knowing that like Colin's going to be okay.
He's
like,
brave for trying again as well.
That's what saved me. And, I just felt like, Darren seemed like a good fit because he seemed kind of inexperienced, and it seemed like Colin was honestly the more experienced one of the two of them. Like when Colin bent down to tie Darren's cleat, and Darren was like, "Oh, thanks."
I kind of got that too.
Like, I think that's going to be good for Colin, for him to be the more, it gives him a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like agency.
Agency is a perfect word, yeah. Well, and I feel like he even approached Darren, like, with a lot more air of confidence about him.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. I guess this actually leads us into my next bullet point. This is not a question, but I just wanted to read exactly what Colin put in his Grindr bio at the end, because I thought it was, I'll just read it.
It was good.
He says, I've been told I have an aptitude for devotion. I'm obedient, hardworking, and excellent at following instructions. I'm low maintenance, have a high pain threshold, and rarely fail to please. But I'm also very modest, so this is the only time you'll hear me sing my own praises unless you ask. I won't cut my hair for no one, and I do require 1 day off a week. That's not up for debate. The rest of the time, your wish is my command. And I was low-key crying because it just felt so beautiful for Colin to like develop these boundaries. Like, I'm not going to cut my hair for anybody. I need 1 day off a week. And like, and even just seeing him back with his a cappella group, like coming back to himself, that I felt like that was a really big metaphor, like representation of him being true to himself.
I think so too. Oh, I think that's so interesting too. Ray was into piano, which doesn't require any like vocal, no singing or anything, no words. And Colin's in a cappella, which is only singing in words. Interesting.
Oh, that's a good point. I love that.
Yeah, I just kind of thought about that. But I also really like the point about like, I won't cut my hair for no one. It also kind of lends itself to like, okay, so maybe Ray was making him do things he didn't fully like. And he recognized like Ray has flaws too.
Yes, exactly. And his mom mentioned that she loved his hair, so I had I had the feeling that has something to do with that too.
Oh, like, you're right. Yeah, I bet it probably is more so to do with that than, like he doesn't want to cut his hair. So I just love that. And also just like 1 day a week, like treat me like a person. Like that's all I ask. And it's not a hard ask. I like that that's just one simple, like, here's what I want, but sometimes I also want this. It's just great. Great communication.
I will sometimes, like, I can switch when I'm doing BDSM stuff. So sometimes I'll be the dominant one. And like when I'm talking to someone submissive, one of my first questions that I'll ask is like, what are your boundaries? What are your limits, et cetera, et cetera. And it's such a red flag for me when people say like, I don't have any boundaries. I don't have any limits. Like, okay, so I can cut your hand off. Like,
yeah.
You must have limits. Otherwise, you're absolutely insane.
Right? Like, there has to be something we must establish.
Right.
That is kind of wild.
Yeah. I always, when people say they don't have any boundaries, I always bring up, okay, well, I'm not into anything to do with like pee or poop or blood. And then they say, oh, yeah, me too. And I'm like, well, that's a fucking boundary then, dumbass.
A pretty big one, too. Like, hello.
Yeah. Yes.
And I feel like kind of almost low-key, well, maybe not obvious, but like, it's an obvious example of how, like, you can't just say no boundaries. Like, okay, hello.
No, I know you have to communicate. And honestly, sex isn't that good if you're not communicating. People aren't mind readers.
So true. And you can't just, like, it's better to communicate.
I know. Another not question, but shout out to Pete. I just wanted to say he seemed like such a solidly good dad. It touched my heart after Ray had ghosted and then Pete was driving Colin around to all the different like biker locations. And he was like, next week we can try again if that's what you want.
Yeah, that was really sweet.
I know. I just thought Colin's parents were both really like good parents. They tried.
Me too.
They did their best.
They were very sweet. And they just wanted what was best for him.
Yeah. Yeah, not a question. I just needed to say it.
I love that. I love a cute, good parent, especially, like in heated rivalry, Kip's dad being like, love you all the time.
Oh, I know. And Una, Shane's mom, too.
Oh my God. Yes. I just feel like we need more of that. More supportive parents in the media. So was there anything you would change or anything that didn't make sense or any objections?
I thought that the pacing and like the passage of time was a little bit confusing and unclear in this movie. On my second watch through, it just kind of hit me how quickly the relationship unwound. Once they get back from the camping trip. Well, okay, so it's his birthday or it's Colin's birthday and then they go camping. And then immediately once they're back from the camping trip, I guess we don't know how much time has passed, but the next scene is Ray meeting the parents. So I have to assume that happened rather quickly. And then directly after that is Peggy's funeral. And then the night of the funeral is when Colin freaks out and Ray lets him sleep in the bed. And then the next morning is when Colin asks, like, can we do once a week off? And then he has his whole freak out. So that all just happened really quickly.
Okay, yeah, because so then it would be mom passed away, crash out, full date, day, and then ghosting. That's a lot to happen all at once.
So I think the full date was maybe like the day after the funeral.
Yeah. That is really fast for that sequence of events to happen.
There was just no confirmation of how much time had passed. But I felt led to believe at least that it all just happened really quickly.
Wow, yeah. Because I could even see the movie like kind of moving through time over the course of a few months or maybe even like up to a year in the first part. But once his mom dies, that's when it's all like, oh, wow.
Yes, yeah.
Like the beginning is very ambiguous. I think it was
supposed to be over a few months because, I mean, he cuts his hair, so that's obviously a passage of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was probably, I don't know, 3 to 5 months or so. And then, yeah, once the mom dies, everything just happens super quickly. And then we obviously get another time jump before that last scene where he's meeting Darren.
Yeah. Oh, that's so, you're right. That chunk of movie was like, wow, things are zooming.
Yeah, it just didn't hit me until my second watch through. I was like, damn, this is like boom, 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 boom.
It really is. I think that was my complaint too. Obviously, we object to lack of communication. I mean, that was a plot point, but just to be clear,
more the point of the movie.
Yeah, I think I'd really only just maybe clarify that pacing, but otherwise, I liked it.
I liked it too. More sex scenes.
Yeah, take your clothes off, Alexander Skarsgård. Rapid fire questions. Oh, I guess we probably don't. Whatever. Yeah. What was your favorite part of the movie?
Oh, tough question, but I have to say the wrestling scene.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm a sucker for cutie moments, so I liked their date. The brief moment.
It was so good until it wasn't.
I know, the brief moment where I was like, aw, they're in love. Maybe. And then, Okay.
The look on Alexander Skarsgård's face after they kissed, I was just like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, if Alexander Skarsgård told you to lick his boot, what is your first reaction?
No, thank you, but I'm available for other activities.
I won't be doing that, but
let me know if there's anything else on your list, though. We can talk about. How about you?
I'll lick the top or the sides of the boot, but I don't want to lick the bottom.
No. That's for
Alexander Skarsgård. I don't want to lick just anyone's boot.
That's true too.
But if it was Alexander Skarsgård and he was like, "This is my thing. You must lick my boot," I'd be like, "Okay." He talked me into it.
Fine, maybe on the top only. But again, I'm not trying to actually get my mouth dirty, okay?
Do you remember in that scene in The Office where Michael's talking about Brad Pitt and then Oscar's like, "Why is Brad Pitt hypothetically forcing himself on you?"
Yes.
That's me right now with Alexander Skarsgård. Like he forced me to lick his boot. I would.
I would. Oh, what do you think Ray's job is? It's never explicitly stated. Like we never talk about it.
The mom makes a joke about he could be a hairdresser. Well, I don't think he's a hairdresser. I don't know what Ray's job is. He doesn't get home till 6, so I guess it's a day job. It's a 9 to 5.
Is he gone a lot? Well, he said he's gone a lot.
Yeah, I really don't know. I feel like the impression I got was that he makes a lot of money, but
for sure.
Now I'm trying to think, but is there really any evidence of that?
I think the evidence to me was his bike, his leather, like the clothes he wears on the bike.
True.
His apartment
was just
art.
Normal, it felt like.
I guess I thought he had like fancy art, but everything else was pretty normal. Like, especially when it was stripped down, I was like, oh, it's just like a basic house.
Insurance sales.
That's what he does?
That's my guess, yeah.
Oh, that's so boring for such a man like that. I feel like he does something like trendy tech-wise or something annoying, probably.
I can't picture him doing any job.
I know, that's the hard thing.
Well, my next question was, would you add more sex scenes to this movie or not? Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's why these are the rapid fire questions.
Yes. Okay. What do you think is Colin's favorite position?
You know, I was giving this a lot of thought. I don't know, because he seemed so happy to be told to turn over when they were on the picnic table.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to go with that. Missionary, whatever variation of missionary.
I mean, I would say whatever his dom asks for.
That's true. Colin just wants to please.
Yeah. That's my thought.
Okay, so imagine that we are going to rewrite this as a thriller. How, like, what's the big scary? What's the mystery?
It could end, perhaps. I kind of like the idea of maybe Colin seeming like the weak one and maybe the victim throughout the thriller, but then it ends with some sort of like, ooh,
Ray
Colin's
didn't ghost. Colin murdered him.
Something crazy, yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
But either that or, yeah. Well, what do you think?
I went the opposite direction. I was just thinking, I guess I'm just like more traditional domestic thriller, I guess. Like
yeah.
Ray was just gonna pull the old murder whoop-de-doo.
Or like lock him up and be like, no, this is part of what we're doing. But then it's starting to get creepy, like, uh-oh.
Or like Colin's like, what does Ray do with all his free time? And then he opens a door he's not supposed to open and finds murder evidence. I don't know.
Ooh.
I like your idea better that Colin actually killed Ray.
That'd be kind of wild.
I love that. Yeah.
No one ghosts me. I'll make you a ghost.
Okay. Do you have anything else about Pillion before we go?
No, I just think Alexander Skarsgård, he's a great actor. He's so hot. I wouldn't lick his boots, but I think he did a great job.
I would lick his boots, but I agree with everything else you said. Not the bottoms. One time this guy wanted to lick the bottom of my shoes, and I was like, but they have like rocks and like dirt. And he was like, that's fine, I don't care. And I was like, okay. But then I was just like, but now you have rocks in your mouth.
And then did he like want to kiss later?
Well, no.
Okay. Because I don't.
Wasn't that kind of.
Okay.
That's not what this is about, Tay.
Well, hey, listen. You know, they had the rule they didn't kiss, and then they did, and look what happened, so.
Yeah, exactly.
So, our final verdict. We used the 1 to 5 star rating here, where 1 is don't bother finishing, 2 is bad, 3 is okay, 4 is good, and 5 is great. How would you rate Pillion?
I would say 4.25.
Oh, I was going to say 4.5.
We're so close. It was good. I liked it a lot. I thought your analysis of this is what reading literary fiction feels like. I liked that, and I agree with that.
Oh, thank you. I liked that point until I remembered it was based off a book, and I said, well. It reminds me of the time I was listening to an audiobook, and I said, I wish this had like subtitles so I could follow along. So a book, you idiot bitch.
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah.
You still want someone to read it, but you just want to read it, too.
Yeah, exactly. Immersive reading, they call that now.
Oh, yeah, the whisper mode.
Yeah. So I thought 4.5, I think the half star could come from clarifying the time jump a little bit, unless it really was just bang, bang, bang. And in which case that sucks.
I would have raised my rating to 4.5 if there was one more sex scene.
So true.
It's just how I feel.
We needed it.
Okay, so on the next episode, we're jumping back into the wonderful world of Gillian Flynn for another book versus movie episode. This one will be for Dark Places, both the book and the movie, which is about Libby Day, who survived a horrific massacre of her family as a child, and now, 25 years later, with the help of a true crime fanboy, she is finally ready to confront the mystery of who killed her family.
That's all for Pillion. Next episode, we will be sparking up a discussion of Dark Places by Gillian Flynn.
Until then, may your blunts be rolled and your plots be twisted. And if you liked this episode, find us on all the social medias at Bodies, Blunts, Books. I'm Em. This is Tay. We're Bodies, Blunts, and Books, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.